Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Sorry, it was bad at my end. Well, Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Mursal Furqan, and I am Chair IEEE CS Computer Society, maybe IEEE Computer Society Mehran Unity Jamshoro. Today we are here gathered with Miss Athira. Hello, Athira, are you there?
Yes, Mursal, I'm here.
Hello. Okay.
Yes, can you hear me?
We also have with us a chair of student branch, Ms. Hira Abid Khan. Hello, Hira.
Assalamu alaikum, Mursal. How are you?
Walaikum assalam. Hira, we have Athira.
Hello, Tira. How are
Well,
you?
Yeah, hi Hira, how are you? I'm good.
I'm good. Alhamdulillah.
okay, well, due to some reasons, or maybe my internet connection, we are not able to go live on Facebook. But we have started recording, and we shall inshallah upload the recording onto Facebook page. I think so. Without much further delay, we should start the event. How about that, Athira?
Yeah, sure.
Is it okay? Yes. First of all, let me introduce you to my team as for the first time just we are interacting for ourselves as well. Well, not for the first time. Okay, we have Atib Badil here. He's General Secretary of IEECS. And we have Mahan Sari. She's General Secretary IEEE student body. And yeah, like all others are members or they are from other chapters or we also have Mansoor as well. Hello, Mansoor. He is the treasurer of IEEE SB, like a Miran student branch. Okay, so Athira, I think we should start the event. You should start sharing the screen because I can't see your screen for now.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. Are you able to see my screen now?
Like it takes about 10 to 15 seconds. So this way. Yeah, your screen is being shared.
Okay, good. So, good evening, guys. Today we'll be talking a lot about how you can leverage your IEEE membership while you are still in university. Okay. So, some of you may be IEEE members already, but some of you may be new to this. So, I'll start by introducing you to IEEE and all those things, all the benefits it can have, and all the other plus points and all the details that you need to know about IEEE while you are in college. But before that, a little bit about me. Uh, I'm Athira Marail. I'm currently working as a software developer at Lulu International Exchange Private Limited here in India. And I've been a computer science engineer since 2019. Yes, I graduated just last year. I've been active with IEEE for the past 4 to 5 years, and I'm still actively volunteering for various ventures across the globe. So these are some of the roles and responsibilities I had shared during my tenure with IEEE. So on to the topic. So being an engineer of value, uh, I believe that you all are into engineering courses across the globe. Whether it's in Pakistan or India or wherever you are, I think you are all striving to be engineers one day, right? So, what does it take to be an engineer of value? Is it just about getting the degree paper? No, right? Some things beyond that is what engineering is all about. There are a lot of emotions, or there are a lot of other commitments that are related to being an engineer of value. So, how do you get that? How do you be someone who's socially responsible, someone who has a commitment to the work he does, or how do you learn all those professionalism? It starts right while you are in college. You don't have to wait until you get into the industry to be an engineer of value. You start thinking like a true engineer. All those trainings that starts right from the first day you step into your college. You're learning a lot of things in your syllabus, right? You'll be learning a lot of subjects, a lot of innovative things, but still it's not enough. You need to understand the society that you live in. You need to understand the people around you. You need to understand the environment around you. The world is changing every now and then, right? Every second it is changing. So you need to make yourself in a form that, or you need to prepare yourself in a form that you are ready to adapt to all those changes, and you are ready to think in the pace that the world is changing. You have to frame your mind, or you need to change your mindset in such a way that you are very comfortable with the changes that are happening. You need to adapt to those changes. Only then will you be able to suggest changes, or make or breakthroughs, I would say, in the environment around you. So that is what being an engineer of value means. So instead of just focusing on being an engineer, getting your degree paper, you all need to start thinking about being an engineer of value. So how do you start thinking like a true engineer? How do you start thinking like a engineer of value? Where does it start? I mentioned that it starts in college, but how do you get that mindset? Well, let's see. So most of you would be preferring to go for jobs, I guess, after your academics. Some of you may be interested in higher studies, or some of you may be into research or something like that. But still, once engineering graduate steps out of college, these are the four most important things that will matter to you. The first and foremost being technology, of course. You need to understand what is going on around the world in the field that you're stepping into, especially. You need to understand the latest trending technology that is happening there, right? So, technology is one of the crucial things you need to have a grip on. And another one is a volunteering mindset, because while you are out there, once you step out of your college, while you are there in the industry, no one is going to come behind you asking you to do things. Okay, you must learn to grab opportunities as it comes. It may sound very easy while I'm talking like this, but still I'm telling you it's not that easy. The world out there right now, it's too competitive, and especially since all these things like the pandemic and all happening, it's going to be even more tougher to sustain there out there in the industry. So, volunteering mindset is something you need to develop while you are in college. You need to learn to grab opportunities. You need to give the best that you can. You need to practice for all those things, right? So, where do you start volunteering? How do you develop that kind of mindset? IEEE is a wonderful platform, and also you have many other ventures like IEEE within your college, or maybe while you are still in college, you will have plenty of opportunities like that. So, how do you go about it? I'll talk about that in later on in detail. And another thing that matters is networking. The people in your network matters a lot, because even I think like while you are in first year, you may have been a part of some events happening in your college, right? You would have seen some people running around doing a lot of things, bringing in a lot of speakers for various events, and you will be sitting there listening to all these people talk, and you will be waiting to get motivated, right? That would have happened in our first year and all. But later on, if you think in a different way, or if you think out of the box, you'll realize that all these people running around organizing these things, they have a better network with the people that are coming in for the events, right? Like as speakers. So they will be reputed people in their own industries or their own fields. So all these volunteers or all these organizers, they have a better opportunity at networking with all these reputed people. So that can actually be an advantage, because once they maybe if they are your seniors, once they step out of the college, and if they are looking for a job or something like that, they can always reach out to this particular reputed person if they have a very good network, very professional network with them. So networks does matter. It matters. It will help you. It will help you at least once in somewhere in your life. Maybe it will help you while you are looking for a job or internship or somewhere else. It will definitely help you. So networking is very important. So maintain good networks with people that matter. That is a very important thing that you need to understand. And another thing, of course, you will all know that experience is highly important in the industry. So most of you will have the idea that experience starts once you step out there into the industry. No, experience starts while you are in college. So experience doesn't mean going for a full-time job and working there. It means that you have the skills and expertise to do the job that you get while you learn something new, and while you try it out on something, while you undertake a project on something that is apart from your studies, apart from your syllabus. It won't have anything to do with your syllabus. This is something you do out of passion. So like for example, if web development is a area that is not covered in your syllabus, and if you are interested in that, you can always go out of the way, go to online resources and learn web development, right? And you can always undertake maybe building a website for your student bunch. You can do that, right? So this is something that you do that is additional to the syllabus you cover in college. So all these additional things that you do counts as experience. So industry loves experienced people. Freshers are also valued these days, but still experienced people has their own perks. So it is highly looked upon or a highly respected thing to have in your resume if you have experience or if you gain experience while you are still in college. So these are the four most important things that matters to you after you graduate. So IEEE is one of the easiest platform where you can get the best of all these 4 points. How do you do that? Let me tell you. So before all that, one question you need to ask yourself is, what have you achieved so far? You will know certain things from your syllabus. You would have some skills. You would believe that you have some skills and all. But just ask yourself, are you ready to face the industry out there? It's a fast-paced industry and it's changing every second. Are you ready to face that? Are you ready to adapt to those changes? Just ask yourself, what have you achieved so far? So you must be in a position to answer that. You are uh, an employable person. Okay, because after 4 years of engineering, if you yourself feel that you're not employable, then you cannot blame the recruiters, right? So you need to start thinking like an engineer to feel that you are an employable person. You are an employable person and you are an engineer of value. So after 4 years, if you don't feel that, then you have done something wrong, or somewhere you made a mistake, or somewhere you faced the issue that didn't let that dream happen, right? So how do you go about it? An important thing you need to understand is you need to realize what you want to do in life. So once you decide to be an engineer, try to be an engineer of value. So start looking around you and start learning from your environment. Okay. So after each semester, I would recommend this practice. Ask yourself, what have you achieved so far? So after each semester, if you ask this to yourself, you will know that you are lacking behind in some areas, or you may need some additional skills to achieve in the following semester. So that once you understand what you need to do, you will go and get that during the next semester, right? You will develop that kind of mindset, that learning mindset. That is what is very much appreciated in the industry. So to get all these things, IEEE gives you the best package, because IEEE student membership is your ticket to all these wonderful things that you need to have in the industry, or you need to sustain out there in the fast-paced technological era. So exploring IEEE. For those who don't know about IEEE, IEEE is the world's largest technical professional organization. Now I'll just go on with some facts. These are basic things that you need to know, but it's not something that you need to deeply understand or deeply listen to. But still, I need to talk about how IEEE was formed. So IEEE was formed back in 1963. So in 1963, we had two separate society kind of bodies. One was the American Institute of Electrical Engineers, and another one was Institute of Radio Engineers. So the people involved in these societies were people like Edison or Graham Bell and people like that. Okay, so these are people we highly look up to, right? So these people were involved with these societies to discuss their ideas, innovations, to collaborate and all. So these were two separate societies then, American Institute of Electrical Engineers and Institute of Radio Engineers. But at one point, they realized that they need to collaborate. Like both of these societies need to collaborate to bring in multidisciplinary ideas or to discuss multidisciplinary innovations. So, with the amalgamation of these two societies was IEEE. The result was IEEE. So, IEEE was formed by the amalgamation of these two societies. And back then, we had very few members, like a few innovators, a few people who were into science and all. But right now, we have close to 5 lakh members across the globe. Some are students, some are professionals, some are senior professionals, some are CEOs or CTOs or CXO level people, employees in various companies. Some are innovators, some are technological leaders, some are going to the science field, research field. So a lot of people are there in IEEE these days. So IEEE is a very huge family, I would say, of people who think on advancing technology for humanity. And yes, that's the tagline of IEEE. We believe in advancing technology for humanity. So instead of people who tell like technology is about thinking what is new, IEEE focuses on letting you or making you think what is next. What is new is no more important. What is next is important. Right. So the importance of IEEE, let me tell you, IEEE, as I mentioned, is a professional organization, and we advance technology for humanity. So here we have engineers coming together. We have people in science field, management field, as I mentioned before. So what we are doing is we are doing or we are improvising technology to help the people across the globe who are living in a situation or who are dreaming of improvising their situation, who are living in situations that needs mental. Okay. So what we are doing is we are trying to use technology to get the best for all of us. So that's what we do. And yes, IEEE has members and volunteers. This is a volunteering society. No one will force you to take an IEEE membership. Well, sometimes in your college, maybe your seniors will push you a little bit, but no one is going to force you. This is a very volunteering society, and we love volunteers who come out on their own. So we have members and volunteers. So members are people who just pay the membership fee, take membership in IEEE, and then use the resources or use all the benefits that come to them, like the newsletters, the tools at their disposal, etc. And volunteers are people who are members who has all the benefits of members plus some additional benefits. So what are those benefits that the volunteers alone enjoy? I'll take you through that. So some of the guaranteed benefits of taking an IEEE membership is first first and foremost thing, I think this would be the most interesting thing to you, scholarships. We have a lot of scholarships within IEEE, especially for students. Like a famous one would be, or the most popular one would be, I say, it's the Richard E. Mervyn Scholarship by IEEE Computer Society. Okay. So IEEE Computer Society gives out the Richard E. Mervyn Scholarship twice a year to almost 12 people per cycle, I guess. So this is a scholarship worth $1,000. While we are students, all this money actually helps us do a lot more, right? We may be looking out for funding opportunities for our project or something else for our educational needs, maybe. So getting a scholarship is one of the best things that can happen to us, right? While we are in college. So IEEE offers plenty of scholarships, and let me tell you what the criteria is. It's the most interesting part. The criteria is you need to have basically good academic record. You don't have to be very perfect or impeccable, but still you need to have a good academic record. Uh, Backed by volunteering experience within IEEE and IEEECS. That's for Richard E. Mervyn Scholarship. Okay. So if you are an active volunteer, like if you are involved in ventures that actually matter, that actually is aimed at creating a difference, and ventures that have impacted some people, if you are involved in such ventures and you have a very good profile volunteering for such ventures, that matters, that has more weightage. Okay, when the scholarship is concerned. So IEEE volunteering is one important factor. You need to get the scholarship. Another one is your academics. Another one is you need recommendation letters. This is where your networking matters. So people who know you well, people who are out there in the industry or in the academia, or people, some reputed people maybe, who knows you well, can recommend you. Well, that is a very good thing, right? Even if it's just for a scholarship or if it's for a job, if those people can recommend you, that's a very commendable thing. So recommendation letters is another criteria for applying for these scholarships. So once you've given an application with all these details, minimum details, uh, your vision statement about what you will do once you get this particular scholarship. So all these things matter. So once you're given a very good application, it will be thoroughly reviewed by a committee, and then you will be given the chance, or if you're like eligible, if you're found eligible in all these criteria, you will be given the scholarship. It's a very easy shot. You may think that it's difficult, but no, many people within region 10, that is Asia Pacific, belonging to all our countries, many people have backed the scholarship from our own region. So it's not an impossible task. This is easily possible only if you have the passion, or only if you want to pursue this particular interest. Okay. So scholarships like the REM scholarship, many scholarships are there, and even many technical societies, like IEEE has many technical societies based on your interest groups. Like some people may be interested in electronic related fields, some may be into robotics, or the others may be into computer science. So it depends on your area of interest. So based on your area of interest, we have many societies. I think we have close to 39 societies within IEEE. So each of these societies also that. And after the scholarships, then comes the online courses. Of course, platforms like Coursera and Udemy or many other online courses and certifications, right? Then IEEE also have our own online courses, specially designed technical courses for you people. So professional organization. So getting a certification from such a body is of high repute. So if you add this in your resume, like people who knows the value of being an engineer or who have heard of our IEEE, most of the employers would have in most of the reputed organizations. So all these people, when they see this in your resume, they'll be baffled. They'll be very surprised and they'll be happy to have you because they'll know that you are part of something huge, that you have taken up a responsibility that matters. So you are a person of value. You are a person that they can definitely depend upon. So these are some qualities that talk for itself once you are involved with IEEE. These are some add-on benefits that doesn't go into papers. These are some things that you will experience through life. So online courses within IEEE, yes, there are many courses like that. And then you get a lot of certifications. So certifications is not just about the courses. You have a lot of workshops, conferences, congresses, events, and all happening within IEEE. So once you go for them, either as a delegate or as a volunteer, you will get the certificates. So what I would like to tell you is try to volunteer more, because the certificate of a volunteer is much, much more than, it's worth much more than a delegate certificate, because volunteers are people who have come forward to organize that particular venture and who have ensured that all these people have had the best of what they expected, the best of technology, the best of arrangements, and everything. So they have done something extra. They have put in their time, efforts, and all those things, or all their knowledge, everything to make someone else comfortable, right? So that speaks for itself. That's seen as a very good quality to have. So volunteer certificates does matter more. It just outweighs, I would say, the other certificates. So try to volunteer more. You'll get a lot of certifications within IEEE if you are an active volunteer. Okay, so that's one thing. And then competitions. Yes, we have some really exciting competitions within IEEE. Some I would like to mention are IEEE Extreme and IEEE MATC. IEEE Extreme is one of the world's largest programming competitions ever, and it's a member benefit for IEEEs because it's a member exclusive competition. Only IEEE members are allowed to participate, and it has to be student members also. And uh, you know what the prizes are? Because it's worth winning. Even participating in Extreme is a very highly regarded thing, in especially in art. So let me tell you why that kind of hype happens. One thing is about the prizes. The first prize is actually uh, like a trip to any conference of your choice worth $10,000. That's not a small amount, and that's like kind of maybe a once in a lifetime opportunity. So if you actually manage to win this particular competition, you will be able to visit any country of your choice for a conference that you really wish to attend in a all paid trip or all paid visit to that particular country, if all the expense falls within $10,000, that is. So that's the first prize, and you have the second prize, third prize. So it comes to around you getting close to $300 to $400 per person in the team. Okay, and it's a member of three. Yeah, you can have up to three members in your team. So you have all these benefits, and the top 100 teams get their own gift bundles and all that. There's a lot of hype happening about this. And another hype is because I mentioned that it's a member exclusive benefit, right? So only IEEE members will be taking part. But still, according to statistics, just last year in 2019, we had close to 11,000 members taking part in Extreme. That's a huge thing. 11,000 members across the globe are competing in this competition at the same time simultaneously. It's a 24-hour online competition. So people are competing within 24 hours simultaneously across the globe. It's a huge thing. It's of a huge magnitude. So that's the kind of competition you have within IEEE. And getting a certificate of extreme, you can always tell, like if you manage to get within a rank table, okay, you can always tell people who are trying to recruit you or people who you are meeting out there in the industry. You can always tell them that you were part of such a huge venture and you managed to get into the rank table. And if you win the prize, then there's no words to define your success because you have mastered the thing. So huge competitions like that are there, which gives or which opens the door to a lot more opportunities, like IEEE MATC and many other competitions are also there. And then you have a lot of skill building workshops happening. So apart from the conferences and congresses, you have a lot of workshops happening either at the student branch level or the section level or the region level. They'll be teaching you a lot about the latest technologies. They'll be giving you hands-on exposure to all these, and these are things that are out of your syllabus. You won't be able to learn or explore all these technologies or all these options while you are in college, while you're sitting within the four walls of your classroom. You won't be able to explore this much there. So this is your opportunity to learn more about the latest technology. Anyone can read these things online, but if you need to have a hands-on experience, you need to attend such workshops because this can really be an eye-opener. Anyone can read and claim that they know the thing, but once they get the feel of doing this, then only the learning starts. So you have a lot of options for attending skill building workshops here, and you have a lot of other benefits also, like what what do I say regarding your employability skills. Once you start volunteering with IEEE, there's no turning back because the industry needs industry ready people, the employable people, and those people are smart, and those people are people who actually combine their technological ideas along with their innovativeness, their creativity, and all those things. So you need to develop such a mindset where you can cultivate ideas in that manner. So you get all those benefits, all those outlook, that mind change that you need. All those things are the other benefits that you get within IEEE if you are active here. Okay. So some unique programs I would like to mention about IEEE is, one thing is the member get member program. Another important aspect about IEEE is the membership fee. Some would claim that it is, I guess, around $27 for student members. So that would amount up to something like, I'm sorry, in INR, I would say around 1,700. I don't know what it's for in your country. So still, it would seem like a higher amount. But let me tell you a way out of this. We have a program called Member Get Member. So if you make use of this program in an effective manner, you can actually get your membership for free. That's exciting and interesting, right? So how do you do that? Once you get a membership, once you take a membership for 1 year, and during the next year while you're trying to renew, if you ask one of your friends to join, or if you ask one of your juniors to join, while they are joining, while they are taking their first membership, if they give a promo code that, or sorry, not promo code, it's a referral code. Once they give a referral code of yours, you will have a referral code within your IEEE account. So if you give that to them and they enter this particular referral code, you will get $2 for each member who uses that code. Okay. Once it amounts to $27, then you can get your membership for free. And if you get more people to join, then maybe you can get some other society memberships too, all for free, of course. And these people can pass on the benefit also. So once they do that, the next year they renew, when they renew, they'll also be eligible for this particular program. So this happens. MGM is an opportunity that any of you can avail if you make other people join. So it's important for us to actually pass on the benefits once we receive something, right? We need to let other people know that there are things that they can explore, that that will assure, or that will actually secure their future if they are into it. So MGM is one such program. And yes, I mentioned the technical societies. We have a lot of technical societies like the Antenna Propagation Society, we have the Robotics and Automation Society, Computer Society, we have the Power and Energy Society, Power Electronic Society. Many such societies are there within IEEE. So if you are into a particular field of technology or a particular area of interest, if you have something like that, then try to explore these societies, because within these societies you will find like-minded people who are in the industry or academia, who are established people, or who are peers. You'll find a lot of peers also. So you can network with them. You can try to understand the things at their end. You can understand the industrial trends in that particular area, and all those things are possible. We have a lot of platforms within IEEE, like the IEEE Collaboratech, where you can easily connect to all these people and you can easily talk to them, network them, or maybe if there are some people who you would like to see as mentors, you can always reach out to them, and if they are willing, they can mentor you also. So all these things are easily possible within IEEE. So explore those opportunities. And another thing is affinity groups. Affinity groups are not exactly technical societies, but these are like groups focused on promoting certain areas that are socially relevant. One of the affinity groups is the Women in Engineering Affinity Group. So this is actually to promote women in the STEM fields, that is science, technology, engineering, and management fields. So we have a lot of activities coming under V also, and under we have a lot of scholarship or funding opportunities for various events, I guess. Yeah, that's also there. So V is one affinity group like that. Another affinity group is SITE. SITE is Special Interest Group for Humanitarian Technology. So if you have a humanitarian project in mind, that's a large scale project, or it could be a small scale project also. So if you have such an idea, you can always apply for the grants offered by this particular affinity group, and many such affinity groups and opportunities are there within it. So explore all this. And then comes the travel grants. You get a lot of travel grants with an IEEE. Like if there is a society that is hosting an event that you really want to attend, maybe a conference in your area of interest, something like that happening, maybe in a different country or maybe in a different state or something like that. So if that's a genuine case and if you have a very good standing in IEEE, you can always apply for travel grants. Many societies offer travel grants. The most popular ones would be the ones offered by the IEEE Industrial Application Society, that is the IAS. IAS offers a lot of travel grants every year to students who are interested in attending conferences at various states or countries. There will be a limit, of course, but still you get a lot of grants there. And there are many other societies that offer such grants, and sometimes some of the sections also, IEEE sections, offer these grants. So you can explore those opportunities as well. And another one is funding opportunities. If you have a project idea or a paper that you want to publish or something like that, IEEE offers you very good funding opportunities. Like if you have an event you want to execute or something like that, you can always reach out to the leadership. So if they find it interesting, if they find it worthwhile, or if they find it valuable, then they'll definitely give you certain funding for your particular idea. It can be an event or conference or anything. If they find it worthwhile, then you will definitely get the funding. So some funding opportunities like that, especially for students, is available within IEEE. So these are some of the unique programs that we have. And yes, the benefits of volunteering with IEEE. Let me tell you the difference between a membership and a volunteering activity within IEEE. As I mentioned before, membership is about just taking a membership, like by paying the membership fee, taking the membership, and then consuming the benefits just like that. There is no giving back factor there. You are just consuming the benefits that comes just like that. Like you'll be reading all the newsletters, you'll be accessing all the platforms available, but that will be that. You won't be interested in exploring more or getting other benefits. The other benefits are things that will actually help you sustain out there in the industry. So all these things, the other benefits and all comes when you start volunteering with IEEE or for any society for that matter. It's just like I would say, if you are buying maybe a car like something like Lamborghini, if you're buying a Lamborghini and you're just keeping it idle, if you're keeping it in your carport or somewhere like that, if you're not using it, then it's not the car's fault, right? It's your fault. You bought the car and you're not using it. The taking an IEEE membership is just like that. So if you just take a membership and keep it idle, then it's not the IEEE's or the membership's fault, right? If you are not using it properly, then you won't get the benefit. So once you take a membership, think effectively and start volunteering, because volunteering is actually where you get the hands-on experience or learn and hands-on experience on technology and networking front as well. So try to start volunteering when opportunity comes. So some of the benefits or the highlights of volunteering with IEEE. The first thing being is, of course, it's improving your technical skills and expertise. For example, I would say an instance where just think that you are organizing an international conference at your college. Okay, just think like that for an example. And maybe the topic of the conference could be something related to big data, something like that. And you are a volunteer for the same. So you will be in charge of maybe inviting a speaker for the same. So you will be the person dropping mails to the speaker, interacting with the speaker, and all right. So in this process, you will be actually learning a lot about the topic the speaker is going to talk about. Because you are the one interacting with the speaker, he may be asking you something about the topic or something like that, and you will need to know what it is about, right? So you'll be learning some things. But what about the delegates that are attending the conference? They won't have much idea, or they won't be having any idea about any much idea about the topic, right? They'll be just waiting to listen to the speaker. So you are having an additional benefit of learning some knowledge, maybe in that case. And once you invite the speaker and once the speaker gives the lecture and after he goes back, if you maintain a professional network with this person. Maybe if he's into your area of interest, you can always interact with him, and maybe if he's willing to, he can always mentor you. And who knows, it may actually help you while you're doing your final year project if it's in the same area, right? So all these technical professional interactions, these things can actually pave the way to improving your technical skills and expertise. So if you are interacting with such people, you are then interacting or working with the technical leaders of the day, right? So this is one of the unique benefits that you get if you are volunteering with IEEE. And later on, maybe once you are out there in the industry looking for a job, if this person knows you well, if you have a very highly professional and highly interactive network with this person, you can always ask him for a recommendation letter. And maybe if he's interested and if there is an opportunity in his own company, he may recommend you for that. So that's another add-on benefit that you get. There will be plenty of delegates who would have attended that conference that you hosted, where this person was the speaker, right? But do they get these benefits? No, it's something that you get. There may be some delegates who would have reached out to the speaker maybe after the conference. Maybe they would have maintained the network, but if they had continuously maintained the network, then of course they are also entitled to all these benefits. But your advantage over them is what the speaker thinks of you. The speaker will know that you are a volunteer, you are a person who goes the extra mile to organize things or to do things, that you have certain leadership qualities, right? So the speaker will be obviously inclined to give you a little bit more advantage than the other people. So this is a very happening thing. And leadership skills are very important in order to sustain in the industry out there, because you need to be a leader. No one is going to boost you once you are out there in the industry. This is your practice ground. While you are in college, prepare yourself as a leader to face the industry. So gaining leadership skills, this is one of the easiest platforms because you have a lot of opportunities to take up initiatives, to bring together a team, and to do projects, to do innovative things, to do things that matter. This is your time. So start thinking like a leader, start thinking like an engineer. So that's another benefit that you get when you volunteer with IEEE. And another thing is global exposure. So I mentioned a contest like IEEE Extreme, right? So for Extreme, we have a very huge volunteer network. We have student ambassadors in almost all the colleges across the globe who are into IEEE, that is. So we have one ambassador from each college, and all these ambassadors are put together in same Facebook and WhatsApp groups. So in these groups, there will be people from various countries. So you'll be talking to them, you'll be interacting with them, and you are working with them. Working with them is different from interacting with them, because when you start working with these people, you start getting different ideas. You will start to know what their work culture and what the situation is at their end. You'll start to learn more things about their country, the job scenarios there, maybe the educational situations there. You will get a very good grip on all these things. And who knows, if you have a friend in each of these countries, maybe in your future, when you visit these countries, you will have at least one person you know there. That's a very huge thing to brag about, I would say, and a very huge advantage also. So global exposure, it's at your fingertips when you're volunteering with IEEE. IEEE Extreme is just an example. You have many other ventures where you can volunteer with IEEE and get huge exposure. Maybe you can always use platforms like Collaboratech to reach out to professors, maybe teaching at a foreign university. Maybe he may be an expert in your area of study, or he may be the person who wrote the textbook that you are actually learning. So you can always ask him, reach out to him for advice regarding your project or seminar. And if he's a very active person, or if he's an active volunteer of IEEE, he'll definitely reply and give you the guidance that you require. He'll be happy to do so, because IEEE volunteers always have that commitment towards what they are, that is an engineer of value. So try to use all these platforms for networking. Networking is another important benefit of volunteering with IEEE, you get to form all these benefits across the globe, all these networks across the globe, and then you can actually get the best out of it at one point or the another in your life. And another important benefit of volunteering with IEEE is the scholarships, awards, recognitions, and more that you get within IEEE. Scholarships, of course, I mentioned it. And another thing you get within IEEE is a lot of awards and recognitions. So once you do something, maybe you are organizing a program, or maybe you are writing something, or maybe you are putting in some effort for making a change, or doing something. Just imagine that you are putting your time and effort into doing something. If that has actually created an impact, or if that has actually helped create an impact, then you will be definitely recognized for your efforts at one point or the another. It may not be an award at all times. Not everyone wins an award, right? People get awards, but certainly you'll be recognized, because even if you didn't get an award, but you have done something worthwhile, there will be people recommending you for other things. There will be people who talk about what you have done. There will be people who look up to you to do things just like you. So that's the kind of awards and recognitions and all those benefits that you get when you volunteer with it. So there will be people to look up to you, who look up to you as mentor, as their mentor, right? So you are actually creating a value for yourself there. You are turning into an engineer of value with what you do, with what you did, with just your actions. So that's the kind of benefits or advantages you get here. And yes, of course, you get the new outlook of being an engineer of value. You start thinking like an industry-ready engineer once you start volunteering with IEEE. Once you embrace all these benefits, you will definitely get a new outlook, a professional outlook, and you will be starting to feel industry-ready. And yes, this is one of the easiest platform where you can improve your soft skills as well. Because once you're a volunteer within IEEE, you will be talking a lot, you will be writing a lot, you will be doing a lot of emails, you will be doing a lot of presentations, you will be doing a lot of such stuff that are expected in the industry. You will be learning a lot of etiquettes that are required in the industry. You will be learning and working with all these things, and this will actually become habitual for you. It won't be another task like as it is for others. It will be a habit for you. It will come automatically to you. You don't have to strain yourself then for this particular aspect once you are there in the industry. This will automatically come to you once you start volunteering. And yes, you will get a self satisfaction. So at the end of the day, what we all need is a self satisfaction with what we do, right? So if we are not satisfied with what we are doing, then how will our employers or the people who look up to us, how will they be satisfied with what they are doing or what they are seeing in you, right? So first and foremost thing you need is self satisfaction. So try to get that particular aspect with whatever you do. So once you focus, you will be willing to give your 100% in every venture that you step into. And that's the kind of attitude we are looking for in the fresh graduate or the freshers. Okay, so try to develop that feeling of self-satisfaction in all the ventures that you take. So even if you don't find satisfaction in the first venture that you undertake, you can always try to improvise yourself. So self-satisfaction actually helps us improvise ourselves, and that is the thing that we can give to ourselves, improvising each day. And yes, of course, with all these things comes a assured and bright career path. These are the quick summary of the benefits of IT highly recommended practices. So one thing I would like to stress upon is maintaining a constantly updated LinkedIn profile. So I don't know how many of you use LinkedIn. If you don't use LinkedIn, then please do. If you are having LinkedIn accounts already, then please keep it updated. I just know you're following what I'm saying. So drop in a LinkedIn profile request to me today after the session. I just want to see if this has been effective for you. So these days, actually, a lot of recruiters are looking into your LinkedIn profiles for hiring. This is a very happening thing. Okay, it's not a trivia I'm talking about. It's a very happening thing. There are a lot of recruiters looking into your LinkedIn profile, your skills, your achievements there. They don't want a resume anymore. They want your LinkedIn profiles. So if people online, if people who are looking for suitable candidates, they come across your LinkedIn profile and you have a very outstanding profile to showcase, well then your chances of getting hired, it immediately goes up, right? So always uh, maintain a highly updated LinkedIn profile. Why take the chance? If you have the opportunities out there, then why take the chance? Just give it a shot. Maybe you'll get hired easily. Maybe that will happen. There's cases that where that has happened. Okay, for members, for IEEE student members. Even I think just last year, a student member that I know within my section, this person actually applied for a lot of internships via LinkedIn. Sorry, initially via the networks he knew outside, uh, like LinkedIn and all. He approached few companies, but nothing seemed to work for him. But he was an active volunteer within IEEE, and he had a very amazing profile within LinkedIn. So one day he actually decided to put up a post asking for internship. So he did that, and he posted his resume also. And then his LinkedIn profile was highly updated then. So once he gave this post, and once he returned after some hours, maybe 3 to 4 hours, he was actually pretty shocked because it had close to 250 responses within a matter of maybe 3 to 4 hours, I guess. So within 3 to 4 hours, if he's getting that much response, the value of the profile is that much. Just realize that. And he got plenty of opportunities for internships, and he actually ended up in a situation where he was confused about where to go to. So that's the kind of thing, that's the kind of power LinkedIn is these days. So try to use this platform at its best. And then explore all the tools and options available to you at IEEE.org. This is a very huge and fantastic website. Here you will get a lot more benefits than the ones that I talked about. You will get to learn a lot more things. So try to explore this particular website and try to find the things that interest you most here. You will have a lot of things here. Even after 5 years of having a membership, I still haven't, I would say, completed at least half of the website. It's that huge because the opportunities it offers are so huge that you won't just stop exploring. You will explore more and more, and still it keeps on adding to it. So there are a lot of tools out there within that particular website. So just explore it. And another important point I would like to stress upon is pass on the benefits that you have received to people in your network, because that is what engineering is about. We are actually working towards making everyone's lives better, right? So once you have received a benefit, it can be within IEEE or it can be outside IEEE also. Once you have received the benefit, then pass it on to your juniors or your peers. They are also struggling just like you. So hand it out to them. It may actually change their lives for the better. So do that. And another important thing is, once you start volunteering with IEEE or for any society, once you start being active within your college days, maintain a record of all your activities, certificates, achievements, and learnings. I would say, maintain a Google Doc or anything like that for that matter. Just maintain a document, and once you attend any activity or once you undertake any training, just note that point out there in that document. Because at the end of 4 years, while you're creating your resume, or maybe while you're applying for a scholarship, it is really a difficult task to recall all the things that you have undergone, all the trainings, all the workshops that you undertook. If you are highly active, that is, if you have like attended around maybe 20 to 25 workshops in each semester, it becomes a very difficult task to remember the important ones. So maintain a record of all your activities. This can actually help you a lot when you are applying for something or making your resume. So do that. That's a highly recommended practice. And another one is expand your networks beyond horizons, because this is a very professional organization, and people who are involved within IEEE, they are most of them at least. actually see things in a very serious manner and are very professional in that regard. So try to talk to all these people. Don't be afraid to talk to them or to open up to them about your queries and doubts. Always feel free to reach out to people. Try to make good networks, maintain professional networks with people who matter. They may be senior to you, they can be your juniors. It doesn't matter. Within IEEE, we don't have that separation. Well, remember, great separation is there, but still, within people within IEEE, no, that kind of separation doesn't happen here. So feel free to talk to people and expand your networks, learn more, explore more, and finally make 100% utilization of the money you spend on your membership. If you are paying $27 for your membership every year, make sure that you get all the benefits that you are looking for before moving into the industry from IEEE. Make sure that you get all the benefits that you need. Make sure you ooze out every inch of the benefits that you are trying to explore. So do that. Make 100% utilization of the money you spend, because after all, it's your parents' hard-earned money. So why waste it? Use it effectively. So that's all about IEEE in a nutshell. So if you have any questions, I would be happy to take it.
Okay, well, Thea, thank you so much for such an brief and a nice, really great introduction to how we can utilize IEEE in our university life. Like guys, if you have any question, you can either just open your mic, you can ask the question, you can write the question in the conversation, or you can just yeah, like you can have you can utilize both the options. Anyone has any question? And please. Okay, Athira, I had a question myself.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, see, we are. Suppose I am in my final year of university life,
Okay.
and like I'm an active member of IEEE Collaborative as well. So
Okay.
how can I utilize this experience that I have in development and everything with respect to IEEE? Like, how can I boost it?
Okay. So you have been very active within all these networks and all these platforms, right? So you can actually, if you are into something like a new project or something, if you are trying to explore all those opportunities, you can utilize these networks for the same. Because if you are writing a paper or doing a project, if you really look forward to doing that or collaborating with an industrial expert for this particular matter, you can use Collaboratech or all these networks for that particular purpose. These people will be more than willing to help you because, for example, when I was in my final year, I needed help with my seminar paper. So it was something like artificial neural networks or something like that, a similar topic. So I needed some expert advice on the same, and I tried to reach out to a professor in a university out there. So this person initially, like, he asked me what I was looking for and all, and when I gave him the details, he was pretty interested, and he gave me a lot of literature to read upon, and that actually helped me. And also, I did write a few mails to him regarding my specific doubts on certain data sets or something like that, for example cases, and he actually get helped me get a lot of insights on that also. So you can utilize this for your academics as well as for your projects, for your external projects also. Once you move out there into the industry, even for the projects that you do there, you can always ask for help with all these people. So I hope I have
Thank you
answered
so
your
much.
question.
Like there was, yeah, yeah. You very much answered my question. Okay, we have a message as well. Okay,
Yeah, I'll just share my contact details. If you have any more questions, I'll be happy to take it offline.
Ma'am, I had a question.
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, हम लोग बहुत ज़्यादा भी बिगनर्स हैं, लाइक सेकेंड ईयर और फर्स्ट ईयर के हिसाब से। सो हमें इतना IEEE का नहीं पता, लेकिन हमें जो है आगे आना है और IEEE के साथ कोलैबोरेट करके अपना फ्यूचर जो है अपनी जॉब के हवाले से बेहतर करना है। लेकिन अभी इन द बिगनिंग लेवल मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा कि बेसिक मैं किस तरह, मतलब मैंने मेंबरशिप वगैरह सब ले ली, लेकिन बेसिक समझ नहीं आ रहा मुझे कि हाउ मैं अपना स्टार्ट कैसे करूँ।
Okay, so you want to know like how you start, right?
यस।
So for that, first and foremost thing would be getting active within your college, within your student branch. I believe you have a student branch there in your college. So if you have that, then try to reach out to your seniors. So once you are familiar with the things that are happening within your student branch, you can start by maybe hosting some workshops in your student branch. You can always come up. You don't have to wait for your seniors to do things. Okay, so you just discuss with your maybe friends in your classroom or friends in your batch. You can actually discuss with them and come up with some events for yourself. It may be something that you need extra within your field of interest. Like, for example, if you're from computer science, if you want to learn the basics of machine learning, you can always try to use platforms like IEEE Collaboratech to reach out to people within your section or within your country. You can always write mails to them, or you can always message them in Collaboratech and ask them if they are willing to maybe handle a session for you people on this particular topic. You can do that. Okay, so you can always reach out to them and bring them to your college and host an event. That's how you learn to host events, and you will try to bring networks like that into your student bank. So people will get benefited like that. Also, you can ask your seniors for their support, because your seniors will be knowing a lot more people and they'll have some more experience than you. So they may be able to better assist you. And once you do events within your college, start attending events that are organized by other colleges and other countries and sections also. Okay. So, like if you see a webinar, try to attend it. If you see another online or offline event happening, try to attend it. So once you attend all these events, you will meet a lot of people, like people who are just like you in their first year or second year of study in their respective universities. So once you talk to these people, you will understand the scenarios there. So you will learn a lot about IEEE and the events happening there. So you will get a better idea on what to do within your section, how to improvise things. So this is one way you get started. Try to attend events, try to talk to people, and try reaching out to your seniors. So this is one way you can go.
Athra, we have another question as well that
Okay.
from MCSE. I don't name is not quite visible. Hi, ma'am. My question is, tell me simplest way that I can register myself to IEEE and how much cost. Okay.
Okay, so you can always visit the website www.ieee.org, and you have the application form there. So fill in your details and add the membership to your cart. You have IEEE membership as well as technical society memberships there. So just look through the brochure and whatever you find interesting and relevant to you, add it to your cart. And once you are doing that, you can purchase it. For basic IEEE membership for students, it costs $27. And for additional society membership, you will need to pay something extra. It will depend on the society that you're planning to take.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, hi.
Hello. Yes, ma'am. Piyush Kashyap this side. I was asking that it is compulsory to take entry through our own college.
No, no. If you want, you can take it yourself. It doesn't have to be through your college.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank
Yeah,
you.
okay. Welcome.
Athra, we also have a message from our SSR.
Yeah.
He says, Salam, Namaste, greeting to everyone in Athira. Wonderful session by Athira. A big shout out for IEEE. Oh, mute says, thank you so much, sir. Much appreciated for efforts and dedication. Keep striving for IEEE. Best regards, SSR 2020, IEEE Karachi section. PS have to
Thank you.
leave.
Thank you.
PS leave to have for another session in queue. That's pretty all right.
Okay. Thank you for the kind words. And I'll just share my contact details here in the comment box. So if you have any
Yeah,
questions,
that would be great if you like share your contact details here. So guys,
yeah. And I'll share my LinkedIn ID also. So try to drop in a request there. I'm looking forward to it.
yeah, we got your mail and mobile number as well.
Yeah, I'll just share my LinkedIn ID also. One second.
Okay. We have also a message from our society counselor, Sir Mahavir Rathi. He says, Namaste Athira, a wonderful session, hats off. Uh, Thank you so much, sir, from Athira's side.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, like Sir Mahavir is a society counselor of IEEE CS Meran UT Damchoro.
Oh, that's nice.
We also have still are having Hirabit Khan with us as well. We have Maham Saber. She is chair of Y, Women in Engineering, IEEE Y.
Okay, that's nice. So happy
And
to have all you here. And I hope I've done justice to the session also.
you have done 100% justice to the session, and like we are happy that you are here. You have taken time out for us. Thank you so much, Athira, for this.
You're
Like
welcome.
in the mid of this session, if okay, we have another message from Sir Mahavir. If you are registering now, you'll have to pay $13.5 for student membership. Okay, I think
Yeah,
so. This
you're
is
having half yearly membership right now.
yeah. So in the middle of the session, we also went online to our Facebook pages as well. Like my internet was stable, so we moved it to Facebook, live Facebook as well, but it is now ended.
Okay.
Okay, Akash also says thank you, ma'am, for a wonderful session. Hey guys, so like if you don't have any other questions now, we should wrap up this session. Do you have any other questions?
Ma'am, I have a last question.
Yes.
मैम अभी मैंने सुना मतलब आई ट्रिपल ई से लीडरशिप का एक फैक्टर जो है वो न्यू स्टूडेंट्स में बिल्डअप होता है, लेकिन इस लीडर मतलब आई ट्रिपल ई को हम कैसे अपनी जॉब के लिए आगे यूज कर सकते हैं या कैसे यूटिलाइज कर सकते हैं, वो थोड़ा बताएं.
Okay. So once you are getting involved with IEEE, you are working with a lot of people. You are gaining a lot of skills. So once you are organizing an event or once you are attending a workshop, whatever you do within IEEE, that's a new experience or that's a new skill to add in your resume. And all these things, the certifications that you get within IEEE, even if it's just for an event or if it's for organizing, whatever it is, those certifications add certain values to your resume, the skills that you get. It also helps you get jobs. I've been there, I've seen it, I've experienced it, and I'm living through it. I got a lot of placements while I was in my final year, and most of them thanks to IEEE, because all the interviews there, I was able to crack it so easily because of the exposure that I got within IEEE. People were actually pretty impressed with the resume that I had. So that's all thanks to IEEE, because it was just because I was active within IEEE, I was able to get a lot of insights in those areas, and this in turn helped me get the job.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Okay. Well, I think so. That was all for tonight. Um, Inshallah, we'll also be having Miss Athira if she allows us with us for more sessions as well in the future. Like if she's available.
Happy.
Yes,
Of course, I'll be happy.
I can tell you she's quite a busy person.
Yeah,
Well,
been a bit busy recently. So yeah, I'll share the slides with Mursal. I think he can share it with you guys.
yeah, I can. I'll share the slides here only. It's like I'll share the slides here too, in the chat as well.
Okay, I'll
Like
share
after,
it.
because
Yeah.
this. Okay, guys. One more thing about this. This chat session would be alive forever. Like if any means like at any point you want to see the whole chat or interact with anyone from this session, you can use the link that we sent you, that we emailed you. Like you can always reuse this link to interact with any of us. We'll get a notification that you have texted in this chat. Okay, and since from tomorrow we'll, Athira, well, it is a great that from tomorrow we'll also be having online classes as well. Like we'll be starting our online classes and from the
okay.
university side.
Okay. Oh, so
Uh,
it's going to be hectic for you.
Sorry?
It's going to be hectic for you, right? From now on.
It's going to be adventurous, I would rather say. Like we have never taken online classes
Oh,
to from a university, and like when most of us like um, if we take by calculation, if almost 50% of the students live at places where they have very slow internet connections. So let's see what happens. What's in the box for us? Like
yeah.
we already delayed about 3 months to the session,
Hmm.
academic session. So
Okay.
I don't think so they would delay much further.
Okay. So good luck with that also.
Yeah.
And thank you, Marcel, for this opportunity. The hostess, me, everyone, you were amazing. So thank you for the perfect organizing, and thank you for the invite also.
Thank you so much, Atra. Inshallah, we'll keep interacting. We'll keep having you here. Hey guys, thank you so much for that's a wrap up for tonight. If you have any question from Miss Athira, you have her contact details in the chat box. And as I already said, कि ये chat जो है वो आपके पास हमेशा के लिए available रहेगी. So like you can contact with her or with me or with anyone from this session at any time that you need. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being a part of tonight. यार असां इवेंट सॼो बैठो थी नेट जे करे ज़ुल्म थी थो